I see your shadow.
Me and my shadow. You see a shadow on the wall?
No, because the guide's in the way.
Walking down the avenue, doo doo be doo, bop 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 bop. And my shadow. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, the little one stops to suck his thumb. And they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain, which they might have to do tonight, because I think it's gonna rain. Lambsy dotes and dozy dotes and little lambsy ivy, a diddly divey do would do. Hi! I'm Lamb Chop. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, his face was white as snow. He wanted to go to school, but Mary wasn't going to school either, because school was online.
I was gonna say he followed her.
Followed her to school.
Okay, well either way.
See? I don't know a song
Tweedly
about
diddly
blue.
dee. Tweedly diddly 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 dee. Tweet, 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 tweet.
Rocking in the treetop all week long, hopping and a bopping and a singing this song. Ooh, I'm gonna lose my head. Ah! Hello. Alrighty, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or good whatever when it is you're watching this. Hi everybody. Alright, so our cats we drew yesterday, which nobody came up with a name for our cats, but maybe by the end of today we'll have a name for maybe one of them. We're going to make some stars, wishing stars today. Kind of like this. You might have seen me throwing them around at the beginning.
You wish upon a star.
It is. That's a good song to sing today. When you wish upon a star. Look, I wrote on my star, I wish for more sunshine. And look, there's sunshine outside. I don't think it's going to last long, but I wasn't very specific as to how long I wanted the sunshine, I guess. So this is what we're going to do today. And it's kind of like a little airplane. It's a star that we folded to make an airplane, and then we added some streamers. And then you can shoot your shooting star. Woo! Alright, so you can probably make this craft, want to make this craft afterwards. I sent in on all the Facebook pages a template for stars, in case you needed a star template. There was 2 on this one. I already cut one out. But you can print out the page, and then you have a copy of a star that you can trace. So that's what we're going to do first. I cut it out. Now I have some yellow paper. You can use whatever color paper you want your star to be. And we're going to trace this star. When you wish. Hannah, what do you say at night when you see stars in the sky?
Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have this wish I wish tonight. I think I said that right.
Yay!
It's been a while.
It has been a while. I think it's kind of been cloudy to see any stars lately. But that's something you can go outside and say at nighttime. Is starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight.
I wish I may, I wish I might have this wish I wish tonight. And then you make your wish, close your eyes, focus on it real hard, and see what happens.
Yeah. It's fun to wish upon stars. Have you ever seen a shooting star?
Yes.
Every once in a while, if you're watching, you might see a star, a shooting star, and then you can make a wish on shooting stars too.
You know, a movie, well, there's a lot of Disney movies with stars in them, like Peter Pan, like The Princess and the Frog. They talk about wishing on stars.
Ooh, I'd forgotten about that one. That's a good one. Alright, so I have my star cut out. And we're going to fold it in half. So you want to have a point on top, and we're going to fold that point in half. I'm going to go this way because it's easier for me. We're going to start kind of at the point, and we're going to fold it in half. And this is how it makes our airplane. If you've ever made a paper airplane, that's kind of what you do with a paper airplane, is you fold your airplane in half. Alright, so now it's in half. Our point's at top. We have it folded all the way in half. Then we're going to take one of our star peaks here, and we're going to fold it down. Fold that down just so it lines up and goes straight with the, kind of makes a little triangle. Is that an isosceles triangle? I don't know what kind of triangle.
I have a math for 2
Candace
minutes.
says don't ask her. Alright, then you flip it over, and you fold the other side down. So that makes the airplane's wings. And then you just kind of bring them up a little bit. So now, it's kind of like an airplane, like you would shoot an airplane. But before we do that, because really it's a star, it's our wishing star, we want to write a wish inside like I did on the other one. I'm going to get a marker. I think I'll use blue this time. And I'm going to wish, I wish to see all my friends soon. I wish to see my friends soon. That's a good wish, because I bet some of us are missing some of our friends. Having issues with S's today, making them SH's. I want to wish over it. Now we could just leave it like this and shoot it across the room like this, like just a plain airplane. But I thought we could add some streamers or paper or ribbon, whatever you have at home.
Or some string.
Or some string. Oh, that's a good one too. Or yarn. If you have some yarn at home. Anything you can find. I've got some streamers, so I'm going to rip a couple strips of streamer. 1, 2.
They don't all have to be the same length either.
Nope. And then we're going to glue them to the back side of our star. Not the point, the back side. So I got my glue stick. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this side. Put one streamer. If you want it to look nicer, you can fold it so it's nicer. So there's one. I'm going to flip it over. We're going to do the other side. Put our cap back on our glue. And glue that one on. Alright, now we have a wishing star. And we can send our wishes up to the sky and shoot them around. I don't know, let's see. Do you think it's going to fly very good? Let's see if we can get it to the kitty cats over there. Woo! Well, he didn't fly the best, but he was kind of fun to watch with the streamers on it. That was kind of cool. So maybe yours will fly better. Maybe if you had bigger stars, they would fly better. Who knows? It's just a fun little thing to do.
You have to do some experiments today and let us know how they go.
Yeah. Maybe different streamers, maybe ribbon or yarn would work better. Who knows? Maybe they'd fly good just with the paper and not the ribbon. All right, so the story we're going to read today, like Hannah said, there's a lot of Disney movies that have to do with stars, but this is an old classic. It's an old movie. It's an old story. And it's a Walt Disney story called Pinocchio. Pinocchio. By Little Golden Books by Walt Disney. And let's see what happens to Pinocchio. Let's find out who Pinocchio is. All right. Kindly old Geppetto stood at his workbench and carved on a puppet that looked just like a real boy. He sang as he worked, and little Figaro, his cat, played with the chips as they fell from his knife. Jiminy Cricket chirped merrily on the hearth, and the goldfish Cleo swam around and around in her bowl. So he's got Cleo, the goldfish, Jiminy Cricket, he's a cricket, and Geppetto is the man who's making the puppet. Look, he's made this wooden puppet. There, said Geppetto as he held up the puppet, you're finished. He held the strings and danced the little wooden boy across the floor. How I wish you were a real live boy, he said. What fun we would have, you and Figaro and Cleo and I. What about me? Asked a small voice. Couldn't I have fun too? Oh, Jiminy Cricket, of course you could have fun too, laughed Geppetto. You could go everywhere with him to keep him out of trouble. What shall we call him? Pinocchio. Little wooden-headed Pinocchio. A dandy name, Pinocchio, cried Jiminy Cricket. He jumped from the floor to the workbench. A dandy name. At that moment, all the clocks in the house started to strike. Old Geppetto looked up. It's 9 o'clock, he said. Time for sleep. He placed Pinocchio on the workbench, tumbled Figaro into the big bed, and blew a kiss to Cleo in her bowl. He opened the window, and the light of the evening star streamed into the room. Starlight, star bright, he said softly. I wish Pinocchio were a real live boy. Look, he wishes Pinocchio was a little live boy. He looked once more at the merry little puppet, and then settled down in his bed. In a moment he was snoring. Only Jiminy Cricket was still awake. He was unhappy, thinking old Geppetto would never have his wish. Suddenly he heard strange, sweet music. The evening star sailed down through the sky and into Geppetto's window.
The cottage was filled with dazzling light, and there stood a lovely fairy dressed all in blue. Look, the star turned into a blue fairy. Maybe his wish is going to come true. It's the blue fairy, whispered Jiminy Cricket. Geppetto will get his wish this time, or my name isn't Jiminy Cricket. The blue fairy flew to the workbench where little wooden Pinocchio sat and said, Awake, Pinocchio, and live. To you the gift of life I give. Be good and bring Geppetto joy, and grow to be a real live boy. You can imagine Geppetto's surprise the next morning when he found Pinocchio running around. I'm dreaming. You can't be alive. You're still made of wood, said the astonished old man. But if I'm brave and good, I'll be a real live boy someday, said Pinocchio joyfully. Yay, Geppetto's wish came true. At last Geppetto said, Now, Pinocchio, it's time for all good boys to go to school. And Pinocchio started out. Pinocchio, Jiminy Cricket called, wait for me. But although the blue fairy had told Pinocchio that Jiminy Cricket was to be his friend and conscience, Pinocchio did not hear the voice of his little friend. Suddenly something tripped Pinocchio. It was a cane thrust between his flying feet by the sly old fox, J. Worthington Foulfellow. Foulfellow helped Pinocchio to his feet and winked at his partner Gideon, the bad cat. Ha ha, Pinocchio, began Foulfellow. You were going a little too fast and in the wrong direction. Now I have a plan for you. Come. Oh, is Pinocchio supposed to go with them? Or is he supposed to go to school? But I'm on my way to school, said Pinocchio. To school? Nonsense, said Foulfeather. I have a much better plan. Oh, I don't know that those guys are very good. Pinocchio's supposed to be going to school. The three of them set off, arm in arm, and Jiminy Cricket came panting along behind. Soon they came to a great coach. The two scoundrels took from the wicked-looking coachman a large bag. They had sold Pinocchio for gold. Then they went away laughing. Jiminy was frightened, but he hopped bravely aboard just as the coach drove off. The coach was pulled by 6 sad little donkeys. It was filled with boys of all sizes and ages, and noisy, rowdy lot. Pinocchio made friends with the leader, a loud boy named Lampwick. But Jiminy sadly hid in a corner. He knew this was not good. Look at all the boys on the coach. Pleasure Island was wonderful, just as Foulfeather had said. And when Jiminy Cricket tried to get Pinocchio to go home, Pinocchio turned his back on his tiny friend. I'll go back after a while, he said. Right now, I want some fun. You bet, yelled Lampwick. Come on. Every day they played. They ate candy and ice cream and cake and more candy. They broke windows and threw mud and carved up furniture. Oh no, I don't think they're behaving very well. Good, said the mayor. Go to it, boys. Fine, cried the coachman. They're almost ready. I wonder what they're ready for. Pinocchio begged Jiminy Cricket, please come with me. Who's the goody-goody, sneered Lampwick. Yeah, Pinocchio said. Go away, Cricket. I'm tired of you. Uh-oh. Jiminy Cricket knows it's not a good thing what he's doing. He looked at Lampwick for approval, and right before his eyes, Lampwick's ears became long and fuzzy. Then he grew a tail, and then, in a twinkling of an eye, Lampwick turned into a little donkey. The coachman came running and put a rope around Lampwick's neck. Aha, he cried, another donkey to sell to the man who runs the salt mines. Oh no, Lampwick, this little boy, turned into a donkey. He's got ears and a big nose and a tail. Oh no. He reached reached for Pinocchio because Pinocchio was growing donkey ears and a donkey tail too. But Jiminy Cricket shouted, "Run, Pinocchio, come on!" And this time Pinocchio ran with Jiminy Cricket. They ran to the edge of the island and dived into the water and swam away from the terrible place. Hours later, wet and tired, they came to Geppetto's. Look, he's got donkey ears and a donkey tail. And they're running away. They came to Geppetto's cottage, but no one was there. Old Geppetto had taken Figaro and Cleo and gone to search for Pinocchio. Poor Pinocchio. "It's all my fault," he told Jiminy Cricket. "Will I ever find my father again?" "I don't know," said Jiminy. "It might be dangerous." "I don't mind," declared Pinocchio. "It's my job to find him, even if it's dangerous." So away went Pinocchio with Jiminy beside him. And what adventures they did have! Uphill, down dale, into danger and out again. They even chased a whale to the bottom of the sea, and the Blue Fairy watched them all the way. She was watching when they found Geppetto at last and led him safely home. It was only then that Geppetto noticed Pinocchio's donkey ears. "I'm sorry, Father," Pinocchio said humbly, "but I do know better now." Suddenly, the evening star brightened the room and the Blue Fairy appeared. Oh, the Blue Fairy appeared again. "You have learned your lesson well, Pinocchio," she said. And as her magic wand touched him, Pinocchio felt himself turn into a real boy. "Father," he cried, "I'm a real boy at last." Geppetto hugged him and laughed and cried for joy. And as for Jiminy Cricket, the fairy gave him a badge of gold, and on the badge it said, "Awarded to a good conscience who helped make a real boy out of a wooden head." All right, Pinocchio. That's a fun story. There's a lot more to this story. So if you get a chance today, maybe you guys can watch, or this weekend, you can watch the story in the movie about Pinocchio. Because there's a lot of things that happen to him. His nose gets long because he tells lies. And he does go in a fish and has to be in a big whale for a while because he wasn't telling the truth. But Geppetto always knew the truth and always wanted to do good. And sometimes, and it was that his kind of voice that tried to tell Pinocchio what was the right thing to do. And sometimes if we listen really closely, we can hear inside of us too a little voice that says, maybe we're not making good choices, and maybe we're not doing good things. And it's good to listen to that voice, because that's like the voice of God's Spirit telling us the right things and the wrong things of what God wants us to do. So today, maybe you can go and make your star and make a wish, and you can send us some videos and or pictures of your star. That would be awesome. That would be great. Maybe tonight you can get out and look at the stars, and hopefully we won't have any clouds in the sky, so we can look at the stars. And you can make a wish. Starlight, I had to think how it went. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I might have this wish I wish tonight. And there's even a song called When You Wish Upon a Star that comes from the movie Pinocchio. So when you watch that, you can listen for that song. All right. Oh, and a name for our cat. Do you remember in our story there was a black and white cat? What was his name? His name was Little Figaro. So maybe we can name our black and white cat Figaro. I still need a name for the other one though. All right, so if you come up with a name yet, you can help name the brown and white one too. All right, no story time tomorrow because it's Sunday and we have church tomorrow at 10:05.
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Oh, tomorrow is Saturday. Wow, the weeks and days are kind of smushing together. So I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, Saturday. Okay. All right, everybody, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.